welcome back to Everyday People by Lydia. I hope all of you are doing well. So if you've not figured this out by now, I am Lydia. Anyhow, so I could bore you guys with where I've been. I know I have been MIA for the gods that be. But, well, if you follow me on social media, you probably know why I've been MIA. So, enough of all that jibbly jazz. Let's get to what we're talking about today. Yes. So I think from the title of this video, you already know what it is. So the title of it is Porn Scars. So we're talking about the porn. Okay, wait. Everybody should calm down. You know, calm yourself. Hold on to your horses. Oh well. In this video, there will not be any explicit content. Content, all PG up in here. PG. Okay, so you're probably wondering what is making Lydia talk about this topic. I just think it's like the way I am. It's like the main point of this channel is to shed light. Like light is always there. So we're going to just throw everything out there. Things people don't talk about. We don't talk about. My job are talking about it. So anyways, I actually went to this conference recently. It was done by my church and stuff. So it was actually like a whole day, and it was really interesting. I actually learned a lot. And it was this conference. It was called Porn Scars. That's where I get the title from. And it was from this organization called Naked Truth. It's actually a charity organization that is run and it's for people that suffer with a porn addiction. And they do a lot of support with people overcome addiction. Although it's like all of them they are Christians, it's actually not a Christian program. It's actually more like a generic program. So it's a big charity. But also part of what they try and do is also try and incorporate like Christianity into it. But it doesn't mean it's exclusively for Christians. That's my point. Like it was really amazing talking to them and just seeing the work they were doing was like I was like just wow. So this video is not about judging nobody, like saying porn, watching porn is good, watching porn is bad. Like ain't nobody finna got time for that. I'm about here to debate. I've learned a few things. I learned a lot from that. I just want to share some of what I learned. And that's simple. All I'm doing here, guys, is just giving you all information. I'm not here to judge anything. For me personally, as a Christian woman, we don't really feel that's the best thing to engage into as a Christian woman. But apart from that, that's my only opinion. Like I ain't judging that. That's not my business. So what have I actually learned? So that's conference was a lot, man. So we had a lot of things going on there, from like testimonies of people that suffered with addiction, and actually learned, because some people just say, oh, you're just watching porn, there's nothing in it. But actually porn is actually as addictive as any drug, as addictive as heroin, all the other substances and everything. So it's really addictive, and it actually has the same effect on the brain as taking heroin and drugs will. So at the beginning of the conference, we had a lot of people that had like testimonies on how that they have overcome their addiction to porn and how that affected their lives and things like that. And I feel like why is really good to talk about, because in our day and generation, like pornography has not been could not be any less accessible. Like it's on your phones, like it's in adverts, it's on the bus, like just like everything is just very boo boo boo. If you walk down Market Street, there's Annie Summers, like everything is just all up in your face, like you see me, that kind of thing. So like before, obviously, like you had to go to the adult store. We still have a few of them, but nowadays you don't need an adult store. But pornography is actually $1 billion industry. So like for you to know, people are in this thing deep, and it's something a lot of people go through, but nobody finna talking about it. So as your gentle judge person here, I am here to give you some light. So one of the main things that I learned basically from that conference, I want to highlight the most in this video, is that pornography could actually become an addiction. And most of these things starts off like trying to feed. They don't actually plan to be into it, but it's something like it comes like, oh, I just like watching this, like it turns me on or whatever, and it continues. And it's when like you're depressed or something, it's kind of like their fallback. Some way people fall back and eat loads and loads of food, or like you're chucking down ice cream when you get depressed. It's the same thing, exact same thing with pornography, exact same thing. So basically how this whole thing works is like like any drug or any substance used in the body, your brain releases these chemicals. Like for example, when you exercise, your brain releases happy hormones, as I like to call them, and they are called endorphins. So like dopamine and all that thing, good stuff. And you're like, ooh, you get this buzz and you're happy and things like that. It's the same thing with pornography. It's the same thing with pornography, like any other drug. When you actually watch it, the first time you're like, ooh, this is cool, you get a lot of pleasure out of it, because all your receptors are just open to it, so you can absorb everything, just go, absorb everything. But the thing is that over time, like, it's like a vicious cycle. Over time, you need more and more. Like, that's why people go up on their drugs. So people start with like a lower level of maybe heroin, 1 or 2. Next time they need higher and higher, because your body actually, why your body becomes kind of like your body becomes resistant to it, like it closes off. So those receptors in your brain that will normally take all the dopamine, taking all those things, so then close up because like it's too much. Your body's not used to that always raised level. Do you get? That's why you're not always stupidly happy. That's the reason. So when your body is not used to that very high raised level of dopamine, what it does that when you're doing that same thing, drugs or pornography in this case, those receptors that normally accept them and make you feel good and fuzzy and warm inside, they actually begin to close off. So when they close off, so even though you're pouring the same amount of things in it, if the receptors are not catching them, you're not going to get that feeling. So what happens is that people need to take more, they need to engage in more deviant things, something a bit more deep. So it gets kind of like, it goes from maybe just a small few like teeny movies, like they need 2 hours of this, they need more of this, they need a lot of this. It just keeps going up and up, because your body actually, like, for you to get that same high or that same feeling that you need to go up the dose. And I was like, wow, like I didn't actually realize like that, like pornography would have that same effect as drugs. So obviously as a physio, obviously I've dealt with a lot of people that had addictions and things like that, and it's something we would routinely ask in like a outpatient setting, just to make sure to know what you're dealing with, because it comes with a lot of depression and comes with a lot of physical attributes. So I was just like, I learned a lot from that conference, and I was just like, wow, this is something you get. People, my church is a bit, a bit crazy, but I like it because they don't hide or shy away from these kind of topics. They kind of like all going for the kill. It literally get you there. So everybody just knows what's going on. And obviously I'm going to actually, for this video, I'm going to leave a bit of some links, so like the Naked Tree website, leave a lot of links, other stuff that you do. They have like support groups, they have a lot going on, and they have like things they do for teenagers to support them to quit addiction. Because actually what happens that people don't actually know is that when people become addicted to pornography, it actually has a big impact on their daily lives, has a big impact on their sexual life in the future, and smeding, because like they begin to always see women as like, or men, or the opposite partner they're attracted to, they always see them as like a sexual being, and it blocks a lot of things, and it kind of makes relationships hard. So that's why people struggle with a lot of things. So I think that's mainly what I wanted to talk about. I will put a link on this to my blog, so check out my blog, everydaypeoplebyLydia.com. So I'll have a link to that. I'm going to try and be more consistent as I can with this channel, to be honest. Like times have not been the easiest. So actually, thank you for listening. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm happy to hear all your comments. This is like an open space, nobody's judging, just what I'm trying to say. Here are your comments, I'll give you all the information I know. I'm happy to learn a lot of things from you guys. So make sure you like this video, make sure you share, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Mwah. Bye.